You or someone you know have likely had an experience this past year with online learning, and you may have some strong feelings about it. I am someone who's very excited about online learning. I think it has enormous potential to provide people access to education, especially higher education. However, online learning is still an emerging field for research and practice, and there's a lot we don't yet know about it. One area that hasn't received much attention are the experiences of international students online. Historically, international students are those who've crossed a national border for the purpose of education and are now enrolled outside their country of origin. But with online learning, physical borders no longer provide the same constraints they used to. And now, with the global pandemic, we are seeing unprecedented numbers of international students enrolled in online courses. So the good news is that the internet has opened up U.S. higher education to global audiences. The bad news is that these courses are rarely designed with international learners in mind. Online learning is different from face-to-face learning, and this affects international students in unique ways. For example, language barriers can be exacerbated online. The lack of visual cues and body language can make communication harder, and the heavily text-based nature of interactions makes them more time-consuming and cognitively demanding. When instructors don't recognize the additional challenges international students face online, they may unfairly assume that these students are not as smart or as competent as others. The resulting tension can inhibit learning and leave both students and instructors frustrated. My research is focused on how to mitigate learning barriers caused by cultural differences. In my study, I ask what university instructors need to know, believe, and be able to do in order to create culturally inclusive online courses. Cultural inclusion means that instructors think about how their own cultural backgrounds influence what and how they teach, and try to understand and bridge differences between themselves and their students. To answer my research question, I'm recruiting 45 participants with expertise in online learning, cultural competence, or international education. Using a series of questionnaires, I'll solicit their input and progressively build consensus around what the necessary competencies are to achieve cultural inclusion. The resulting list of knowledge, attitudes, and skills will help instructors know how to create more inclusive courses. And as they work towards inclusion, instructors will become more attuned to diverse perspectives and increasingly effective at communicating with global audiences. The findings can also help campus administrators provide better resources and professional development opportunities for their institutions. Ultimately, the goal of my research is to equip instructors and their institutions to ensure students from all backgrounds feel welcome, engaged, and successful in their online learning.